Hello Earth, welcome to episode 16 of season 3 of Making Cell, a series of videos where I record myself designing and implementing a programming environment called Cell. If you're just tuning in for the first time, I recommend you check out what this is about at github.com/autocodenl/cell, link in the description. And I actually spent like an hour reorganizing the README and writing down ideas and whatnot, even some stuff about the economics of Cell. And now with that cleanup done, we're ready to go forward. It's been a very, very, very busy week at work. So today I want to get some stuff done so that this week actually is also a step forward. Yeah. So the first idea I had is the logo. The logo of Cell should be, and I put it here in the development notes, logo. Yes. It's an equal and then an at below it, because that's really the call and response. That really, it's the central pillar of the treatise, call and response, and it also shows your result on top of the call, which is what you do not get with a normal programming language. Even in a spreadsheet, you have to click to actually see the formula that generates the value. So this is a you put a gun to my head and you tell me, okay, what are you doing differently? I would say this. At least this is new to me and worth exploring. So that's going to be the logo. And let's actually get that in, because I had this idea of like a C and a schwa, which is an inverted E inside, but that just makes no sense. So that logo that I had before, that looks like hell, by the way, this one is going to go away. Do I have not? Because it's an invert. It's not even a schwa. It's just a normal E inverted. There has to be that one, right? Where is the logo? Well, if I cannot find the logo, it's gonna be, well, let's just go to the main view. It has to be here. It's inside it's inside the item center. It's this one. Yeah, I think that's not a very good place to put it there. Let's just put it outside, right? Uh-oh. Okay, fixed. It goes away. Actually, it should be inside view cell. I was wrong. Yeah. And then it could be to the left of the search. So I need to give it the containing stuff as well, right? Yeah. All right, let's try this. So, okay, not bad. Wait. Um, larger. Good. Yep. Why is it stuck? There they do. Nice. I don't think that's it. Nope. Okay, I need to vertically align it. Actually, I don't need this padding here, I think. Actually, sorry, I need the one I don't need is in the views main. I think can bleed, actually. Actually, no, I don't need that. Yeah. Do I really need that? No, I don't. I just need more padding on that one. Yeah, much better. Okay, I can use this. So the logo. No. Okay. Yeah. Fighting with the paddings as usual. Excuse me. Okay, the inverting colors doesn't seem to be working. No, this is slop. Okay, let's just skip this. So with this, the pink. It looks like hell. It's terrible. Okay, terrible, but doesn't matter. It's fine. Okay. So we have the logo, which is quote unquote done. So now we're going to do the call. We're going to have a call called my Vim is really acting up, so let's just close it all. Actually open a new one, a new tab, and then just we do this. Native, yeah, I remember this. Can do something like cell upload function. What do we take here? We can just take everything as a single input, right? And then just validate the input. So what do we need? base64 file, data, optional. It's an optional text. It's basically the parsed file that you can put in the data space. So you have the data, you have the name, it's required, because the dialog stuff stays outside. You have the base64 file, the data, the name, they have the modification date, which can be passed from the browser. But do we really care about that? You do care about that if you're working with pictures and you want to see sometimes when you took a screenshot, but that's no, let's get rid of it, and if we need it, we add it back. So you have a name of a file, then the actual contents of the file, and then the data. And we also need a type, a meme type. Actually, instead of meme, do we really need to do it like meme? Yeah, because if we just try to have our own thing, then we're going to have to do mappings, and that's just going to be bad. Let's just store the meme type. That's why we have meme types in the first place. Okay, that's really it. So this is the metadata, and this is the actual data inside. So we have that. Then what do we do? You put it in files, and that's really it. There's nothing else. You just put it instead of calling put from the outside. Okay. And then what will be the outermost call? Oh yeah, sorry, I was doing the third point instead of the second one. Upload as call. Make it an internal and then it's like make the send a lambda call that does two things: upload the file if data is not how do you say, not empty, I guess. If data is not empty, set it somewhere in the data space where set link to it somewhere in the data space, name suggested by the LLM. So it's a 2-1, and you're really sending a lambda there. I don't think we have a way to immediately call a lambda. Okay, I really don't want to overdo it. I need to focus on getting this stuff done for publishing. So we have this. We already support clipboard, upload. We still don't support API. And this. And then the parsing we kind of have. We don't have this overwriting check. At the beginning, I don't care about it. And this is what we're doing now. So this is basically the input part. So for the input, we need to do this. Does it pay off to make it clean, like what I'm doing with a native call and whatnot? I think so. I think it pays off, really, because then you actually see it cleanly. It's not like a bolted on thing, like this hard-coded, unreachable thing that basically describes what's shitty about all software. It's really just about not being shitty. That's my standard. Yeah. So then we need a way to send a call that gets executed immediately. Or we could even have the convention that if you're sending a call, we're going to run it, right? Convention. If you send a lambda, a do, over the wire, you want us to call it. Yeah, why not? Like, why would you do something like add call, add do? It's silly. You either want to set something or just make a call. That's a good development node right there. I had a bunch added today. If you send add do to cell at the top level, we are going to call that for you. Why would you send a lambda if not to call it? Yeah. And no need to prepend this with at call or something like that. Let's just change the record. What was it? A great album here. So yeah, okay, so we have the lambda. We need to add the, yeah, let's do it. So then I'm just trying to see if it makes sense from a design, well, holistic perspective. You have calls to put. If I look at the entry point with the cell call, right? So we only support get and put right now. Yeah, so we need to add an entry point here for add do. Oh, this begets an interesting point. So if I get an add do at the top level, where does it go? And it goes in the dialog. The dialog really is a log, right? It's a log. The dialog is a log. Sorry for perhaps saying what is obvious to you. Yeah, log. Dialog is too fancy, right? I'm looking at the word. Logbook. Oh, it comes from the log of the ship. So they use a log to measure speed, and then you put the stuff on the logbook, and then the logbook became the log. Etymology of dialogue through word. No, there's so much better dialogue. It has to be a dialogue, not just a log. No, we keep it in the dialogue. Okay, so the dialogue is all the stuff that happens. It goes through the dialogue. So yeah, this is even more important than I thought it was. So it's not even the diff. The diff is just an operation you run on the dialogue, but it's already in the dialogue. There's only one entry point, really. It's a dialogue. Entry point to the entire cell, or should I say the interface, is a dialogue. This is where things that run from the top level go in. Perhaps we could even have crons entering through the dialogue as well, so you can see them happen. So it's like a unidirectional data flow in a retained mode UI. Any change coming from anywhere goes in the same cycle through the same door. Yeah, that makes perfect sense. This means that the entries to the dialog need to be done by cell respond, right? Yeah, they have to be done by cell respond. Is it respond? No, it's cell call. take them out of the server. Yeah. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. So, where were we? Yeah. So, we want the entries to be done on the dialog by cell.call. Okay, I think it's time to rename dialog to dialog, because people are going to be writing, if cell gets used, well, I am going to be writing a lot of times that word. All right. Okay, I have that. Okay, we're doing this now. Actually, the entries for today only. Yeah. All right. It's just the server. No, it doesn't work. Good. Search. Okay, I did them all. The tests are passing or not? Oh yeah, I messed it up. Yeah. All right. Bam, bam, bam. So we have the dialog, and we're just gonna do this. So really what we're doing is we do it in cell. So I need to refactor this function to do this thing. But first we're going to design what we do here. Time and ID. What else do we need to do? No, that's it. So any call that we get here guess we can do it like this. I guess I could do it like this. Would be the call. It's not a result, it's a response, which could be an error as well, no problem. I guess the time is important. We can also track how much time it takes to do these things. Yeah, so we can have already automatic performance measurements here. So the ID is at the start time. So we don't count the time in the dialog. Time to put this in the dialog. Actually, we can have this inside. No, never mind. Let's do it as a separate function, although it takes a bit more. And then we'll just return the response. It's like middleware, basically. No, it's just too much. I'm gonna do it in line. So I can return as well. Boom. I guess we can do it like this. Instead of done, it would be respond. Yeah. This one would be respond. Let's make it more explicit, right? Reference. It's pretty cool that you can make send automatically. What do you call them? It's pretty cool to be able to send lambda calls that get executed over the wire. Yeah, it's pretty cool. So you basically have three things you can send over the wire. Like a normal reference, which can be to anything. You can put data, and then you can run just the code. You can run a sequence with add-do, and inside add-do you can put everything else. References, you can put conditionals, you can put loops, and that's it. You can then send three things through the dialog. Put do sequence to anything. Okay. So now I probably broke everything. No, I didn't. Interesting. Because I haven't done the dialog part, yeah. That's actually pretty good. I didn't break anything. Yeah. So I also need the user from to what do we need? You also need the mute, right? Did I call it mute or hidden? I don't remember. Is it hidden? What is it? Hide. Yeah, it's there. This is pretty cool. This because the language is really almost like a service. Has a notion of time, has a notion of who. Like a service. For every call, there's a notion of time, a notion of who, identity. So, what's that true? It's a flag to say I'm updating the dialog. So I prevent. Yeah, that I definitely need. I don't want them to be overriding the dialog unless they really want to change the wires. It's really the wires. I'm going too slow. This is pretty silly. I need a multi-put, right? Yeah, let's do multi-put. Skip the song. So this is a good comment for this one. Length comes from this is silly. I need also push. No, push, no, add. Right? No, push is it's a bit silly, but it works. To say push, I push it to the list. Append is too long, or it could be add. And add has the linkage with math. Yeah, we can just do I'm thinking of the right word. The problem with math is that this is a destructive operation. You're changing the list. I want the change to be there. Okay, let's go with push for now. I'm not super sure about it. I'm not sure at all. Let's just give it a shot. To do add push, add a multi-put. Because we need to keep working code here. The factor with push and multi-put. Comes from to the call, the response, we skip what we get when we get everything. I'm not so sure about this one, but otherwise it's going to become huge, right? Yeah. And you have the time. Actually, rather than time, we can just do an ID here, which would be the start time. And then we just add a random ID. If I'm hiding, from to, what else was it? And hide. Not bad. We're breaking all the tests. But it's okay. It's interesting that I'm not sending the hide property. It's like it's going on the outside really. It's not on the call itself. Well, I also had to bake it in the calls. Yeah. Not so sure about that either, but let's move on. I don't know enough to make that call yet. Yeah. $6.98. Yeah, a lot of user. Like here, we can just do all right. I'll be right back.